What's up, Temecula Valley friends? Hey, if you're thinking about buying a home, I need to share something with you that could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to avoid the 10 costly mistakes that could derail your home buying dreams. So today we're diving deep into the 10 most common and costly mistakes that buyers can make and solutions to empower you knowing you're prepared to buy. Whether you're looking in Murrieta, Menifee, Winchester, or anywhere else, these mistakes are universal and completely avoidable. So let's get into it. Mistake number 1, not getting pre-approved for your mortgage. Mistake number 1 is shopping for homes without getting pre-approved for your mortgage. This is like going to the grocery store without knowing what's in your wallet. Here's what happens when you skip this step, and here's the problem. You fall in love with the $600,000 home in Red Hawk, only to discover you're only qualified for $450,000. Or worse, you find your dream home. You make an offer, but you lose out to a buyer who already has their pre-approval letter in hand. The solution? Get pre-approved before you start house hunting. Here's exactly what to do. Contact 2 to 3 different lenders and compare rates. Go with the one that feels right to you. Gather your financial documents, your W-2s, your pay stubs, your bank statements. Get pre-approval letter that shows sellers you're serious. Know your exact budget so you can shop confidently. In today's competitive market, especially here in the Temecula Valley, sellers often won't even consider offers without pre-approval letters. Mistake number 2, underestimating the true cost of home ownership. Mistake number 2 is focusing only on the down payment and the monthly mortgage while ignoring all the other costs that come with home ownership. Here's the problem. Most buyers think about the 20% down and a monthly mortgage payment, but they forget, what about the closing costs, which can be 2 to 5% of your home's purchase price. And on a $500,000 home here in the Valley, that's $10,000 to $25,000 in additional costs. The solution? Use the 28% rule as your starting point. Keep your total housing payment under 28% of your gross income, but always budget for the closing costs, again, 2 to 5%, home inspection, $300 to $500, homeowner's insurance, property taxes here in Riverside County, that's about 0.75%, 0.75 annually. HOA fees, if applicable, moving costs, and PMI, private mortgage insurance costs, if you're putting down less than 20%. Also be prepared for immediate repairs or improvements. Create a comprehensive budget spreadsheet that includes all these costs, not just the down payment. Mistake number 3, skipping the home inspection. Mistake number 3 could literally cost you tens and thousands of dollars. Skipping the professional home inspection to save a few $100 just doesn't make sense. Here's the problem. I've seen buyers skip a $400 inspection only to discover $15,000 in foundation issues or $8,000 in electrical problems after they've already closed. Research shows that this is one of the top 3 mistakes buyers make. Here's your solution. Never skip the inspection. And here's your action plan. Budget for a professional inspection, again, $300 to $500. Make your offer contingent on the inspection findings. Make sure you attend the inspection personally. Don't just read a report. Use inspection results to negotiate for repairs, price reductions, and if there's major issues are found, you have the right to walk away. Remember, a signed purchase agreement is a binding contract. The inspection contingency is your safety net. Mistake number 4, making an emotional decision instead of logical ones. Mistake number 4 is letting your emotions drive your decisions instead of cold, hard facts. Here's the problem. You walk into a home with beautiful staging. You fall in love with the granite countertops or a cozy fireplace, or hey, a big backyard with a pool. And suddenly you're willing to overlook the fact that it's overpriced, needs a roof, or is in a declining neighborhood. Here's the solution. Stay objective. Be systematic approach. Create a must-have versus that'd be nice to have before you start shopping. Look beyond the surface. Focus on the bones of the house, not aesthetics. Consider long-term factors, the commute times, school district, neighborhood trends. Bring a trusted friend or family member who can provide objective perspective. Sleep on a major decision and don't make offers on the same day you view a property. Remember, you can always change paint colors and light fixtures, but you can't change the location or major structural elements. Mistake number 5, ignoring the neighborhood. Mistake number 5 is focusing so much on the house that you completely ignore the neighborhood where you'll actually be living. And here's the problem. You find the perfect house, but don't research that the area has declining property values, maybe high crime rates, or terrible schools. The search results show this is a critical oversight that affects the quality of life and your future resale value. Here's your solution. Do your neighborhood homework. Visit at different times of the day and night, different days of the week, and check local crime statistics online. Research school ratings if you're planning on having children. Drive the commute to work during rush hours. Talk to the neighbors. They'll give you the real scoop. Check local amenities, shopping, restaurants, the parks. Look up future development plans that might impact the area in the future. Here in the Temecula Valley, different areas like the French Valley, Wine Country Estates, and Morgan Hill each have their own character. Make sure it matches your lifestyle, your wants, and your needs. Mistake number 6, overlooking resale value. Mistake number 6 is not considering resale, even if you think you're going to live in that home forever. The problem, life changes. You might get a job transfer. Family situations might change, or you might simply outgrow the home. Homes with unusual features or in declining areas can be incredibly difficult to sell. Here's your solution. Think like a future seller. Choose a home with broad appeal, not highly personalized features. Consider the neighborhood trajectory. Is it improving? Is it declining? And look for homes with good bones that can be updated over time. Avoid the most expensive home on the street. Consider proximity to good schools, even if you don't have kids. Think about future infrastructure and developments. The most popular areas here in the Temecula Valley, like Wolf Creek developments and Red Hawk, they tend to hold their value better because of their broad appeal. Mistake number 7, draining all your savings. Mistake number 7 is using every penny of your savings for the down payment and closing costs, leaving yourself financially vulnerable. The problem? You put every dollar toward the home purchase. Then your air conditioning dies in the middle of summer, or you face an unexpected job loss. Without an emergency fund, you're in serious trouble. Here's your solution. Maintain financial safety. Keep 3 to 6 months of living expenses in your savings. After buying your home, consider a smaller down payment if it means keeping emergency funds. Remember, you can always put down less now and pay extra towards your principal later. Budget for immediate home expenses, moving costs, utility deposits, basic furnishings. It's better to be slightly less expensive home and keep your financial security intact. You don't want to be house rich, but bank account poor. Mistake number 8, rushing the process. Mistake number 8 is rushing through the home buying process because you're excited or you feel pressured. Here's the problem. In hot markets, like we've seen here in Temecula Valley, buyers feel pressure to move fast, but rushing leads to poor decisions, missed red flags, and buyer's remorse. Your solution? Take your time strategically. Start your preparation months before you plan to buy. Don't make same-day offers unless you've done your homework. Review all contracts and documents carefully. Ask questions, lots of them. Take time to research comparables in the area. Trust your gut. If something feels off, yes, good homes sell quickly, but the right home for you is worth waiting for. Don't let urgency override due diligence. Mistake number 9, not reading the fine print. Mistake number 9 is not thoroughly reading and understanding all contracts and your loan documents. Here's the problem. Real estate contracts are legal documents with long-term implications. Missing important details about contingencies, closing dates, or loan terms can create major problems. Here's your solution. Protect yourself legally. Read every single page of your purchase agreement. Understand all the contingencies and deadlines. Ask your agent or attorney to explain anything that you're not clear on. Pay attention to loan terms, not just interest rates. Understand what happens if you need to back out. Know your rights and responsibilities as a buyer. Never sign anything you don't completely understand. And a few extra minutes of reading can prevent years of problems. Mistake number 10, trying to time the market. Mistake 10, waiting for the perfect market conditions. Here's the problem. They don't exist. Buyers think they need to wait for rates to drop or prices to fall. But while they're waiting, they're missing out on homes, and rates continue to fluctuate, and they're unpredictable. We're seeing that this year alone in 2025. Your solution? Buy when you're ready. Focus on your personal financial readiness, not the market timing, interest rates, and prices. They're always going to be fluctuating. The best time to buy is when you're financially stable and find the right home. You can always refinance later if rates improve. Home appreciation over time typically outweighs short-term market fluctuations. Here in the Temecula Valley, we've seen buyers wait for better conditions only to find themselves priced out entirely. And now they're waiting on the sidelines. Well, that's it. And hey, if this was valuable for you, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that like bell so you don't miss any other Temecula Valley real estate news, tours, and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great week.